Hi everyone, I'm Any New Province and I just finished up the league with Curse Control. This deck really does have the ability to grind opponents into the ground. You can ping your opponent out with curses they can't interact with in whatever matches you want by clicking on the timestamps in the description down below. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the league. Alright guys, alright, let's do this. Let's do the Great 5-0. I agree. All right, so we have Faithless Looting and we have Duress. I like both of these things. C is for Cookie. It's probably Elves. I don't mind a Duress here. Faithless Looting will dig us to our Crypt Rats or something. It might be a little slow against Elves, and it might not be Elves. I just know C is for Cookie usually plays Elves, but I am going to keep. It could be a little dicey. They're down to 6, and it looks like I am correct. They're on Elves. I like a Terminate here for sure. We're going to lead on Duress, just in case they have Lead the Stampede. They want to do something crazy next turn. Oh, they have both. Okay, well, their hand's not that good. I am going to take Lead, and hopefully we can hit another Duress for that Distant Melody. But they're not really doing much over there, so we'll be able to kill the first elf that matters. They drew a land. There's Essence Warden. Okay. C is for Clelves. The C is silent. Yes, Silence of the Elves, one of my favorite movies. They have no blue mana for this yet either. Oh yeah, I really like this one, and I think it's because it's nostalgic for me. This is one of the first Duress arts I played with. The Cons block was the first time I played at stores and things like that, so it's meaningful to me in a couple of ways. Yeah, so what do we want to do here? I think we want to get Curse down and then start digging. I think we've got at least a turn here before they're going to need all that mana. They don't have their blue mana, so we're going to do it like this. Elves should all be silenced. They are kind of xenophobic themselves, so it's fitting. All right, we're going to have to find a Crypt Rats, so this Faithless Looting is going to have to come through. Radiant Fountain is a welcome find. So let's Faithless Loot. We have Grim Harvest in hand too to get our rats back. Hopefully we find one of our rats. We find Sting Scourger. That's not bad. I can bounce Essence Warden with it next turn. Gonna go ahead and dump Bazooka Bog and probably Bloodfell Caves. Our mana's not that bad. We'll go ahead and play Radiant Fountain. Although I would like Sting Scourger Terminate next turn, so we're going to go ahead and go like this. And pass. They'll get pinged. We'll see if they find a critical piece. Blue mana is trouble for us, obviously. We might end up killing this Essence Warden. And maybe I even just keep digging. Because next turn, over the next couple of turns, we're going to have to hit the Crypt Rats or we're just going to die to Elf beats. Lightning Bolts. Okay. Well, that's a considerable amount of removal, and we can pay for this now, so it becomes a decent blocker on this board state. I think we're going to go Sting Scourger on Essence Warden, and then hold up Terminate, and then we'll pay Echo next turn. And if I'm gonna pay Echo next turn, I'm gonna want untapped red mana. Oh, that's awkward for Lightning Bolt. So all we can do is pay for Sting Scourger next turn. So I think I'm still gonna go with this line. We'll Sting Scourger. Oh, that's true, if they do find their blue mana. Yeah, maybe I just hit Priest. So they're going to gain a life. Priest is going to go to their hand. Is pretty anime. Is Elves the most anime deck in Pauper? Boggles is pretty anime. I might be on that one. Even lead becomes a huge issue, you're right. Yeah, it's almost like the Priest is enabling Essence Warden at that point, which is something we want to avoid. What's this? Priest, okay. Opponent has 2 more mana up. There's another Priest, okay. So they got 2 now. I think it is time for us to just kill this Essence Warden with a Terminate. We might find ourselves needing it later, but we should draw into more removal. We are going to pay Echo, I think. We don't have a whole lot else going on. It's a good blocker on this board state. Find another curse. Okay. Gain some life. Pass turn. Yeah, no attacks. We'll keep pinging them. Distant Melody unknown is our opponent's hand. Birchlow Ranger lets them cast Distant Melody. That's not good. All right, well, here go the elves. It's gonna be Crypt Rats or bust, and it's gonna have to be a good Crypt Rats. Yep. Man, pretty lucky. I don't know if there's any way we could have avoided that, though. Even leaving mana up for Birchlow Rangers kind of doesn't do it. I am glad they're not gaining life here, because if we do hit one of our Wraths, like even Crypt Rats X1, like if we draw Crypt Rats next turn, we might be okay, but that's kind of our only out here. And we have to draw it essentially next turn. We're on 15 here. We might get one more turn, but maybe we'll see another Distant Melody here. Oh, oh, guys. Incomprehensible and Wild Screech. Oh, heck. Okay, they're going to draw their entire deck now. Make some massive creatures. And now even Crypt Rats isn't an out because this Elvish Vanguard is going to be enormous. What's up, Proteus? It's going okay, man. I get a Sting Scourger and a Curse on the battlefield, and my opponent's making a jillion elves. Yeah, I think so. I think politely asking them to concede is about how we get out of this one. We'll have to go Crypt Rats into Terminate. And even then, I don't think we can do it. Opponent will definitely not Degs herself. C is for Cookie is a very experienced Elves player. Elves are a scary bunch. They're also playing with the Maverick Girls' excellent trademark lightning speed here. Ah, nice, nice. How you doing, Drifty Boy? Yep. And no attacks. Pristine Talisman isn't going to do it. I don't know if we really even want to give them any more information with Faithless Looting. We can't really win from here, so we're just going to go ahead and scoop. And we'll see what we would have drawn with Faithless Looting. No outs there. Chronicler. That's funny. Okay. We do have more Wraths. So we have Swirling Sandstorms, which brings us up to 4 main deck Wraths plus ways to dig into them. So we'll bring in our Swirling Sandstorms. And we'll probably take out Get to Chronicler, although flashing back... it's a decent blocker too. Flashing back our Wraths could be important, but Crypt Rats, Grim Harvest should do the trick. And we need our curses to win the game. Gurmag Angler is a good way to close things out. I don't know how important Pristine Talisman is, but I'd prefer that over some other things. Yeah, I like taking out the Chroniclers. I don't think that's going to be super important. I like Sting Scourger here. Yeah, I like everything else. Let's do it like that. Angler Swirling combo indeed. You think this deck's just going to win by being normal? I'm going to keep. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a pretty good way to spend a Tuesday, man. I agree. So go ahead, turn 1 Duress. Sand's not great, but it does have early game interaction and a Crypt Rats, so I'm okay with that. Our opponent is on not a thing. Our opponent is on a lot of reasons I wish I would have had a red mana to go look for something better. Yep. So we're going to go Forest Mystic. We find Radiant Fountain. We might as well snap off this Edict now, I guess. So we'll do that. And pass. I guess it could be useful later, but we can Crypt Rats X2. So we're going to play Crypt Rats this turn, so that when they try to play Timberwatch Elf next turn, we'll have enough mana to kill everything before they can Timberwatch and save something. So there's Llanowar and Mystic. So they must have drawn one of those. All right, there's Carnarium. Unfortunately, we won't be committing it this turn. So we'll Radiant Fountain. I guess if they have their regeneration spell, this could mean trouble, but glad to have Grim Harvest here too. Subarashi. Oh yeah, to trade with their Angler, exactly. So opponent's going to attack for 1, 4 mana up, and they're just going to pass. Okay. We'll Edict that. Do I want to Edict them? Yeah, they'll have to actually activate Timberwatch Elf to be trouble, so I am going to Edict them. And then we'll Carnarium back the Radiant Fountain. I wonder why they're holding up 4 mana. Guys, why does Elves hold up 4 mana? Oh, it's literally falling apart, like the physical pieces. Okay, Birchlow Rangers comes down as a morph. No worries. Opponent's just passing. I don't know if holding rats to conceal information is worth it. If they would have gone, so if I would have held on to rats and they would have gone Timberwatch Elf, then I wouldn't be able to wipe their board. Yeah. So we'll Faithful Salute here. I definitely don't need these lands right now. So we'll pitch land. I kind of do want my other red source. But I'd rather... yeah, maybe the other red source is more important than the Radiant Fountain. So we'll go like this, and we'll pass. I don't want to pitch Grim Harvest just yet, because I think having a second Crypt Rats activation by surprise is probably good. All right, let's see what's going on here. They want you to wipe their junk. Hey, Volrath, thank you very much for the follow, man. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, it's still slowing them down. Although we're not establishing any kind. Oh, opponent just got by that friggin' attack lock thing. There's Terminate. I like that. So maybe I don't even want a Faithful Saluting here. I don't think so. So we're just gonna pass. Keep building up our hand. Yeah, I guess so. I guess while we're like running out edicts and stuff like that, that makes sense. And it doesn't really matter that they're getting in for chip damage here. That doesn't really bother me, because we do have ways to gain life. Like Pristine Talisman and stuff like that. Trespasser's Curse would be pretty sweet, I admit. So we want to kill Timberwatch Elf. We can't let that go down. We draw. Curse. Great draw. Might as well tap like this. Play Curse. On you. Pass turn. Might as well get in with rats. No Querying Ranger here to surprise us. Pass a turn. Well, I mean, they can try to go wide, but we can always just wrath the board when that happens, right? They're going to lead. Okay, so we saw Timberwatch Elf come down. We know Birchland Rangers is under there somewhere. They got their Vanguard now, so they might be able to engineer a way where that Vanguard gets big, which is troublesome. So what we can do here is we're going to Crypt Rats X2 and then next turn Grim Harvest it back and recast it. So go through to blocks, because Vanguard is trouble. Crypt Rats X2. I think so too, unless they have another one or something. But it looks like they drew into mostly dorks with that lead. So opponent passes back with no board. We'll go ahead and get back our Crypt Rats and recast it with 1 mana left up to activate it and pass the turn. So we might be back ahead here now, but I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and update the record while I'm thinking of it. Hey, we got him. Sweet. All right, so that went pretty well. We found our Wrath on time. Now that we're on the draw, I kind of wouldn't mind Get You Chronicler. It's a blocker. It can get back a Swirling Sandstorm, because this game's probably going to go a bit longer. We're going to be really on the edge of our seat trying to win this one. But we got 4 Wraths. We got an Angler to put pressure on them. We should be okay. Yeah. To be doing things. Yeah, I imagine it's pretty difficult. How you been, Sambaram? Hey, well, glad to wake you. Glad to wake you. I know, coming back to reality after a nice nap is jilting at the best of times. Well, we have 2 Swirling Sandstorms in hand, but we have no way to stock our graveyard. We've got 1 Terminate for a critical play of theirs. They're already down to 6. We have 2 Radiant Fountains to buffer our life total. I think I'm going to keep this. I think it'd be too greedy to go down this and come up with, like, you know, Ill-Gotten Inheritance, Sting Scourger, Gurmag Angler. So I actually am going to keep. We need to find a Faithful Saluting. 1 Faithful Saluting makes this hand look pretty phenomenal. But without a Faithful Saluting, Blightning, that's funny. Without a Faithful Saluting, this could be problematic. We'll have to kill their Mana Dork, like their Elf, yeah, their Priest. For sure. And just hope they don't have a Vanguard, I guess. There's Curse. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take out Priest, because we want some cards in their hand. We'll try to get that with Blightning next turn. If they run out... Okay, Priest, not a huge issue. So maybe they have Lizalana in hand? Another Terminate is an awesome thing. Gonna have to consider blightning target yourself. That's, yeah. That's not a terrible plan at this point. So opponent's gonna take 3, discard a couple of elves. You know they're stocked over there. 1 card in hand. Hopefully it's not a good one. 2 mana means they're gonna untap. 3 mana Llanowar Elves is 1, and Well-Wisher. Okay, so nothing too serious going on over there. I might kill this. I might terminate this Well-Wisher for a couple reasons, but yeah, I feel like even 1 activation is kind of backbreaking. So we'll go ahead, Radiant Fountain, and I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this Well-Wisher now. I know that they could top deck something more important later, but I want to make sure if and when they do, we're kind of further ahead. All right, so let's go with Curse the Pierce Tart on you. And we might as well run this Edict out. Keep whittling down their mana. And then Bog you. Plus the extra card in our graveyard for Swirling Sandstorm is not insignificant. Blightning myself might have been the heads up play there. Here comes Lead. Okay, that's not great. They're going to have the... Oh, 2 Timberwatch. Ooh. What's up, McVeed? How you doing? That's not a completely unreasonable thing to do here. So we're going to see 1 Timberwatch and Quirion Ranger come down. Sting Scourger. Okay, well, that's going to buy us some time. Okay, so we'll Sting Scourger. Bounce the Timberwatch Elf. And then we really have to hit Faithful Saluting into... We have to hit Faithful Saluting into Untapped Red Source, I think. Yeah, pretty much that. Faithful Saluting into Untapped Red Source is essentially where we've got to go from here. So our opponent's going to have the opportunity to play out their whole hand here. Here comes 2 Timberwatch Elves. Oh, man. Sting Scourger goes away. Come on, Faithful Saluting. Because they have how many activations here? They have several. Oh, Talisman. It's not going to do it. It's going to gain us a little bit of life, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think they only need 2 turns to kill us with this board. If that. I'm not even sure if they need that. They might just be able to kill us from here. Yeah, there's Well-Wisher. So what's that? So that's 6, 12, 18. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Frig, guys. They got us. Elves. Yep. No threshold. So if we would have hit a Faithful Saluting there, we probably would have stood a chance. But unfortunately, our opponent got the Timberwatches off the Lead the Stampede. Kept a little bit of a sketchy hand. Blightning myself would have done it. Oh, Cryptrats was too. True. But now we're getting hit for 21, and that's game. Boom. So opponent mulliganing deep. Pretty glad I kept that. Thanks, Linkenzie. Yeah, I just noticed that. Oh, no, is it burn? Well, we got main deck. Oh, it's goblins. Okay. A 1/3 is going to come in handy here. All right, so we'll play our tap land, or our untap land that doesn't do anything. It's going to be a little slow going. And we'll see what our opponent's got on goblins. Pretty excited to see goblins here, actually. They're probably just going to wreck face, but I'm still excited to see them. Oof. Okay, opponent hellbent. We just have to survive their top decks for a second. So we'll go Carnarium, probably pitch... Probably pitch a Sting Scourger. So pick up our land, go to discard. Yeah, I think we're going to pitch Sting Scourger. We want to make sure we have our 4th land for inheritance. That is an aggressive mull. I mean, 2 Chain Lightnings and a Bushwhacker. That ain't bad. That ain't terrible. All right, so now we're just going to play out a tap land, Edict you, and then next turn we'll run out Inheritance. And that'll start hopefully getting our life total out of reach of what our opponent can do. No plays from our opponent. I like that. Ooh, Talisman, eh? Okay. Well, I still think it's Inheritance here. And then next turn we can go Talisman, Sting Scourger, if they play a creature. And then we can pay for Sting Scourger's Echo. And they just scoop. Okay, you got it. Oh, they scooped the match. Nice. Okay, so this hand, just definitely unkeepable. Well, you know, I shouldn't say that. Now that I said that, we've got Faithless Looting to dig. We can pitch Grim Harvest pretty unapologetically. We have Terminate. We've got a lot of draws here. We even have a Lightning Bolt to interact with our opponent, plus a little bit of action if we do start hitting land drops. This actually isn't that bad. This really isn't that bad. I was about to just snap mulligan it away, but we have 3 draws to find a land in the first place, plus Faithless Looting. I actually think I'm going to keep this. I know it sounds crazy, but we're a 21 land deck, and if we hit a Karoo, then we're just off to the races. We got lots of stuff we can do. All right, let's see what this is. Burn. Okay, well, it might be a little bit of a slow start for Burn. We'll see how fast we can get this angler down. Okay, so we want to hold on to Terminate. We can pitch Grim Harvest. It's a long ways off from us playing Ill-Gotten Inheritance, so I'm going to pitch that too. I like keeping Lightning Bolt Terminate so that we might eventually be able to kill one of our opponent's creatures. Maybe it's just Terminate. I don't know. It could be Curse because we're going to be gaining life off of this. Keep the removal spells. Probably don't need both anglers. I'll pitch an angler. All right, let's go. Yeah. That was the play. Second angler definitely the play. We don't have time to cast both of those. Yeah. P. Proteus and Travis Lazuli with the tight plays. There's Lava Runner and Burn Spell for our face. No Burn Spell for our face. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and snap this off now. Still not drawing lands. We had lots of draws to find lands. Did not find another land. So we got to draw one next turn, and it's got to be a black source for Terminate, or we are 100% dead. And there's Therma Alchemist. Okay. Crypt Rats. Well, guys, it was a well-fought battle. I don't think that was that sketchy of a keep. I think with 4 draws, how many draws do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 draws to find a land. And it's a 21 land deck. I think that was a fine keep. But now we're pretty much dead in the water. We got to hit Faithless Looting like now. Or a land, obviously. And a Hasty Lava Runner. That's trouble. Yep. Untapped Black Source is obviously ideal. Karoo land would be very awkward. Nice. Okay, so Karoo land, back our mountain. And I think we're just going to pitch a Curse of the Pierced Heart to hand size. But we're probably dead. It always happens when you keep greedy. I agree. Oh, we had a cantrip. Kind of. I don't know. It's looking pretty bad. I appreciate your optimism, though. All right, Lava Runners get in. Yep. 2 cards in hand. We're at 6. I don't really see a way out at all here. Terminating this is probably our closest chance, but even then, I think we're still dead. I think any extra information here is just not worth it. So we're gonna concede. If we play Talisman here, we're dead. Terry, what up? You may as well scoop. Nah, well, if we go Pristine Talisman, they ping, and then they attack. So we go to 5, they attack for 4, they ping, and we die. They have to have a burn spell. And then they know we have Pristine Talisman, they'll bring in Smash the Smithereens. So I think, just so that they don't bring in Smash, I think we're going to scoop. Terminate Angler might have done it. Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay, so I figured we had a really good main deck matchup against Burn, so I didn't bring that much stuff. Who forgot about Trey? Oh, the beats. These are pretty old, too. I got these back when they were in style. Terminate Angler would have been okay. I probably should have played it out. They could have just had nothing. It's true. But I was seeing a Pristine Talisman line instead. Do we have enough for that? We had like 5 cards in Graveyard. All right, yes, we will play first. Well, this might be a way that we do it. All right, so let's keep, and we'll just start disrupting their hand right away. I don't know if there is. There was like... I don't really know what my turn 1 is here. I guess Bloodfell Caves. I don't really know if there is. There's like Choking Sands. I guess Thorn would be okay. Cryptrats definitely isn't doing anything. You're right, though. All right, Lava Spike. I forgot about the stream. All right, so it's time to get some discard moving. We're going to go lead with Duress. And then Raven's Crime. So what do we care about here? Molten Rain definitely sucks, but it's not happening next turn. Searing Blaze doesn't really matter. Skewer the Critics is going to come down in 2 turns. I wouldn't mind getting the Searing Blaze out of their hand for when we eventually do play Sting Scourger. So, okay, so if next turn they go Lava Runner, but then we're playing Pristine Talisman, we might be able to Raven's Crime it out of their hand by then. I might just take Molten Rain here. Oh, no, they can Skewer next turn, right? No, they can't Skewer next turn. Yeah, I'm going to take Molten Rain. And then Raven's Crime you. I hope we win. Yeah, now Lava Runner's online. It's true. We did do them a favor. Yeah, they can Skewer this turn now. So they lose a mountain. They play their mountain. Lava Runner comes down. And then they'll Skewer on their end step, I imagine. Yep. Yep. And they have 12 CMC, 1 CMC burn spells. That's burn for you. That's what they want to do. Just mono lightning bolts. All right, so let's go Radiant Fountain, gain some life. And that might be the last land we play. So we'll Pristine Talisman. And then before we Sting Scourger next turn, we'll make sure we get rid of any of their stuff in hand. We saw Skewer the Critics, and they had a draw for turn. But yeah, hopefully this gets us out of it. Oh, I love it when burn decks play Faithless Looting. That's so cool. I love it. So Needle Drop. So they did lose the Searing Blaze. I like that. Nani? Not forgetting to gain life is critical here. Yep, Lava Runner gets in. Those main deck Bajuka Bogs might actually come in handy here. And opponent Ninjaing, Red Ninja. Nope, just going to Searing, or Needle Drop. Sure. We go to 13. Disaster Storm. Yeah, it's been a little while. I hope you've been good. In many ways, you know, just like a good Samaritan, but also like, you know, in terms of just body and mind. All right, so we are going to Raven's Crime the rest of their hand away, I think, here. Maybe I wait to Sting Scourger until it, like, matters. Maybe we just Raven's Crime a couple times first. So Raven's Crime, you will pitch Swamp. I kind of want to play one more land. They pitch Rift Bolts. This is tough. Maybe the play is just Sting Scourger, because then we can trade it for this next turn. Or maybe it's Edict gain life. I think it's just Edict. So we'll kill this. Yeah. The second Raven's Crime would be okay, but I kind of need to get this off the battlefield. And we're going to hold on to Bloodfell Caves. Yeah, I like Edict too. It's a guaranteed 2 damage. We're not sure what's in their hand. That might yield more. But yeah, I like that too. If they go and play another Accelerator, we can Sting Scourger and then Raven's Crime. And if they play out enough of their hand here, we just get to strip the rest of their hand anyway. Edict is the wave. You truly did make it the wave. Okay, so we'll go ahead and Raven's Crime you. They might want us to pitch their... They might have like a Lightning Bolt in hand, and they'll be pitching their... We'll like pitch a land and the Lightning Bolt, and they will have gotten us and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, they Fire Blast. Okay. So now they don't have any lands, which is great. We'll go ahead and run out our Sting Scourger. Cat's pajamas, the bee's knees. It's a lot of things. Opponent's going to empty their mana pool. Yeah, the wave. Like, you know, like Like you're at like a really big hockey game. You guys have obviously never been to a Canadian hockey. I'm just kidding. We got him. Okay, so I think you guys are right. I think taking out Crypt Rats for Thorn is a great idea. And that was definitely a miss last time. What else was mentioned? The Curse of the Pierced Hearts? I think I agree with that too. Fairy Macabre's another threat, but I don't know if I like weakening it. Let's do it like that. And no match scoop this time. I wish. I love those ones. Canadian hockey. Gorilla Shaman? I mean, it is a beat stick. Gorilla Shaman is kind of like Curse the Pierced Heart in this matchup. In many ways. I guess they can still Searing Blaze it. I don't even know if you're joking. Fairy to the looting. I guess Fairy is like... Yeah, Choking Sands would be kind of funny. But I don't think it's worth it. We're never going to get the... Unless they like play out their Forgotten Cave and we get them on that one. Huh. No, this isn't gonna do. Even though we have Pristine Talisman, we don't even have the mana to cast it yet. Sting Scourger on its own with no red mana. It's not good enough. Alright, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'm putting this one on you guys. We got 2 Radiant Fountains. We're on the draw. Is this... 24 life on turn 2. Come on, guys. I need your help. I need your help. Drifty boy, what are we doing? These are dumpster hands. Just have a bounce land on top. That's what I mean. Like a bounce land on top and we're killing it, right? I like the Raven's Crime here a lot too. Whatever. I think I'm going to go for it. What? Like a 5 looks a lot worse than this. Unless it's like a 5 with a Radiant Fountain. No, going down to 5 does not look nice. Ill-Gotten Inheritance on top also does not look nice. Alright, let's go. I need a garbage hand counter. Yeah, I really should. Start playing control decks. Yeah. What do we got? I just bottomed this, Moto. Excuse me. I was on the fence too. I think there are 5s that could conceivably look better than that. I'm okay with slowing them down with a couple turns with just land drops, but at the same time, it looks like our opponent's having mana trouble too. Pristine Talisman. We found something that we can cast with our Radiant Fountains. We just have to hit another land. Now they found their land drop. Okay. Not great. Not great. 1 land. Any land. Come on, deck. This deck's hilarious. Yeah. Alright, opponent needle drops. And that would be cool if they just like snapped it off and went straight to that. Oh my god, do they have Fire Blast in hand? They might have Fire Blast in hand. We got a 10. 7. Faithless Looting. We're dead. It went and watched the deck tech. 100% went and watched the deck tech. Yeah, we're dead. We are definitely dead, guys. Dead out of dead. Down to 3. And Lightning Bolt. All right, guys. All right, here we go. 2 lands of the colors we need. It can't go wrong. It can't go wrong from here. So let's go. Match 4 in like an hour. This has been quick. All right. Opponent goes turn 1 Jungle Hollow. So I think we're going to see that spicy Aristocrats deck. And Sting Scourger pretty good against a swiftly growing Carrion Feeder. Crypt Rat's also not super bad. Not ideal, but not super bad. Oh, it's Zubera's? Oh, let's go. Oh, Crypt Rats is so bad against Zubera's, but whatever. All right, so this is going to be spicy, guys. This is gonna be spicy. Like, so what do we do here? Getting Zuberas off the battlefield is obviously priority number one. Filling our graveyard for Gurmag Angler is probably goal number two. So I'm going to go ahead and Sting Scourger this Dripping Tongue Zubera back. Yeah, Edict could have also been the play. Edict definitely could have also been the play. All right, let's see if they have their sack outlet. So they found their sack outlet. That's going to be awkward. Especially where our Sting Scourger is now dead. And there's the Zubera. So let's Sting Scourger go. And then maybe Grim Harvest it back on our end step if we find lands here. Bolts. All right. So play Radiant Fountain. Bolt is good. I agree. So if we Edict here, they sack this, and then I guess it doesn't really matter. But we might as well clear the board while we can. So Edict you. Sack Zubera, and with that on the stack, we'll go ahead and let's give them the token. I guess it doesn't really matter. I kind of want them to sack this to Carrion Feeder. And we can, if they're going to do anything to get this out of bolt range, I guess they could have pump spells. Just a little scary. I think I'm going to let it go. I'm going to take the risk that they have a pump spell. And if they play a creature pre-combat, then we'll bolt this with it on the stack. All right, the first one doesn't matter. So we'll see if they have another creature here. All right, so we will go ahead and bolt Carrion Feeder. And next turn, I think I might just run out Gurmag or run out Crypt Rats. Oh yeah, they might have Undying. That's true. Crypt Rats X1 doesn't do a lot here. Let's Duress and play our Curse. Line up for an Angler next turn. Ooh, we got a Rancor. Oh, that feels good. Okay. So play Curse, and then next turn, yeah. That was a good Rancor guy. Or that was a good Duress. Rancor, arguably the best Duress target ever. So there's Blister Pod. These Bloodthorn Vampires are going to be annoying. Next turn is Angler time. I don't know if we just want to run Crypt Rats out or not. Let's run out Angler. Yeah. That'll let us block their X1s, and if they attack him with one of these and we trade with it, not the end of the world. Yeah. So today is the day that Gurmag Angler will trade with a Blister Pod. I'm going to attack with the Blood Thrones. Yep. And we'll see if they sack 3 bodies here. I know, eh? It's a pretty cool card. So we'll see if they sack 3 here to keep their Bloodthorn Vampire around. They do, okay. And now our Crypt Rats will only kill 1. Oh, I guess we can... Okay, so if we run out Crypt Rats here, then we can just activate in response. So we'll run out Crypt Rats. That was a little cocky, I agree. Curse goes off. So if they don't play a creature here, we're in pretty good shape. We're going to attack with everything. Yep. And see if they do any... That's weird. Okay. I wonder what's in their hand. All right, our turn. We find black mana. That is welcome. So play a swamp. They might have had close to lethal. I'm not sure. We're just going to pass here. Yeah, Swamp is good here. All right, so they're going to go to combat. We are going to do precisely what I meant to do. So go to blocks. Block like this. Cryptats X1. See what our opponent does. They sack. Okay, so we'll Cryptrats again. And see, they'll probably sack another Blood Throne here. And then if we Cryptrats once more, that should do it. What do you think, opponent? Do you have the out? All right, Undying Evil. That's fair. So it is going to die and come back. But it's much smaller. Oh, does Cryptrat still kill it? Nice. Yeah, that's sweet. Okay, so I don't want to get rid of my Cryptrats here, so I'm going to go ahead and Pristine Talisman. And then next turn, and we'll Grim Harvest back the Cryptrats, and then next turn we'll Slam an Angler. Whoopsies. They certainly did do a whoopsies. And it looks like they must have a removal spell in hand, so I have to be cognizant of that when I actually do allow a creature to die to it. So we'll get back Cryptrats for when we need that. Chainer's Edicts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they scoop. Okay, sure. So Fairy Macabre gonna come in, especially if we're playing the Undying Evil game. We didn't see any... Maybe Swirling Sandstorm's okay. This is weird. So do we bring Swirling Sandstorm in here? What do you guys think? Is this going to be Swirling Sandstorm time? Yeah, what on God's green earth do they bring onto the board? What kind of sideboard tech is our opponent going to have? I'm good at not forgetting Talisman. Did I forget Talisman? That's what I'm thinking, Drifty Boy. Like, it's okay with Chronicler, but... we could take out Anglers and bring in Sandstorm. But I don't think we want Sandstorm. I think we have enough targeted removal that we're okay. And we have enough Graveyard Hate to kind of hopefully mitigate any kind of nonsense they're trying to do. But it's hard, for sure. It's definitely a difficult... I think Blightning's okay. Dead Gone might not be reasonable. It does kill Carrion Feeder on turn 1. That might be a good point. I don't know if Blightning... they're trying to dump cards now that you duress them. Yeah, maybe Blightning's not that good. Blightning might be a little bit slow here. Duress might not do it either. I like Blightning, especially with like Sting Scourger and Dead and Gone. I'm going to go down 1 Duress here. I want these Fairy Macabres for sure. And maybe I will go down 1 Blightning. It might be a little too slow. The Chronicler's buying stuff back might not be that relevant in this matchup either. So I'll go down a Chronicler for a Sandstorm. So we're a little less consistent here, but hopefully we still get to do the trick. I'm okay with having 1 Sandstorm. Well, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I like having the Terminate. I like the Bolt here. 2 Ill-Gotten Inheritances mean we might actually get something to link in the write-up. So we're going to keep. Let's see what they got on turn 1. Blistapod. They hit all their sack outlets too. Carnarium, okay. Well, we know what's going on with this swamp once we don't need it anymore. They'll probably disconnect or something. Yeah, definitely. If I were them, I would definitely disconnect. I know, right? It's almost like I'm surprised whenever we have a playable hand. Fortunately, any lands I draw now, I can pretty much just go ahead and pitch. Rancor is problematic, for sure. Okay, so we'll Carnarium. Grab our land back. I'm not going to pitch it because we needed to play this other Carnarium. I might want to hold on to this Terminate for a potential Gurmag Angler. There isn't a ton of... Oh, man. These decks are really good. Another Terminate. So we have 3 mana here. I don't know if we like terminate this in combat next turn. That really does limit what we can do right now. I'd like to Faithless Looting to hit 4 mana for Ill-Gotten Inheritance. But I would also like to terminate this turn. Getting them Hellbent here would be pretty sweet. But I don't want to pitch this Carnarium either. So if I'm doing that next turn, what's their next turn going to look like? They might play out a Sack Outlet and get kind of greedy about it. But that doesn't really matter for us. We have 2 Terminates here. I think I'd rather have some more information before I Faithless Looting. So I'm going to pass the turn. We'll leave up our Terminates. Oh, this is definitely the Zubera deck. Yeah, I agree. I think if they play a Sack Outlet and they want to get greedy with it, then I'm happy having this. Mount Mentat, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Smelling nice over there. I like that. Tasty. All right, so I think now we want to kill Young Wolf. Maybe we don't even want to kill. Yeah, we probably want to kill Young Wolf. I'll hold on to the Terminates. We will Lightning Bolt here. It's going to come back. It's going to be a little bit bigger. See you another time, Zihi Wassermelon. Glad to have you, man. We draw a land. Okay. Yeah, man. Earl Sweatshirt. He's my dude. I love him. So we're going to go like this. Carnarium. And probably Faithless Looting here. This is going to be a little bit of an anemic turn. Crypt Rats is great. Talisman might be too slow here. If I go Untap Swamp, I can Talisman and Terminate next turn, so I might want Untap Swamp. I'll pitch Bloodfell Caves and 1 Inheritance. As much as I want to keep it, I'm going to get rid of it. And then we're going to Raven's Crime, you. Pitching, we need Untap Swamp. Well, that's awkward. Yeah, we're just going to pass here. We might want to try to engineer a board state where Crypt Rats can actually sweep everything away. It's just going to come back bigger. Oh, man. Oof. Biggest oof. And there's Carrion Feeder. Okay. Well, we found our Disfigure, or we found our Terminate target. Yep. Here comes the Dorks. We're down to 4. God, how many cards do we have in our graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can Terminate twice in combat. And then Swirling Sandstorm next turn. That might be our only way out here. So I think that's what we're going to do. Let's play Swamp. Pass the turn. But our opponent can just... So we'll have to target Carrion Feeder, and whichever one of these is wearing the Rancor. All right. Okay. So glad to see them sacking stuff now. It does make it a little awkward. Oh, but that's 5? Are we still just dead? I think we're still just dead. Ashen Skin Zubera, okay. Opponent goes to attacks. Swings with everything. So how can we survive this with 2 Terminates? Even if we go Terminate, Terminate, they still get in for 5 and we die. If we go Terminate here, they sack. This comes up to a 3/3. Yeah, we're just dead. Well, GG. So that was fast. Duress, probably as bad as good as we thought it would be. Swirling Sandstorm came through in the clutch there. I'm starting to think it's like a little bit better than what I thought. So maybe we want to go down Blightning. We'll bring in the other Sandstorm. Try it like that. That's exactly what we're doing, Fluff. That is exactly what we're doing. Coming to curse him. Let's do it. How's it going, Silva? Eli? Good to see you. Welcome. All right. Fairy Macabre is really nice. And we got a little bit of life gain. We got a Chainer's Edict to get things started. This isn't bad enough to ship. I'm going to keep. Opponent aggressively mulliganing, hopefully. Yeah, we're going to curse him out. Let's go. How you been, Fluff? You streaming tonight? Some Tuesday modern fun jank? I just hope my opponent gets mana screwed. That'd be sweet. Gurmag Angler. Okay, well, we're pretty far off Gurmag Angler, but we're going to have a minute. Gurmag Angler is awesome here. It's just such a good blocker. Even if we have to go slowly, like, I'm just so happy to have it. What about no creature? I think that could be cool. I really like creatureless decks. They're super cool. But we can. All right, so we'll go Swamp and Talisman. We're basically working our way up to Angler about as fast as we can. So next turn, that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana towards Angler if we have to. Carrion Feeder. Yep. No spot removal for that bad boy. And Young Wolf. Yep. Crypt Rats here would be nice. Ooh, yeah. No time for fun. No time for anything on burn. Just burning them out like crazy. That's all you got time for. Another Talisman. Okay. So I guess that's what we're doing. We'll go land, Talisman. Be nice to get an Ill-Gotten Inheritance down here too. But we can't, so I think it's just going to be land, Talisman, curse you, and pass. I'm really hoping they like sack both of these Young Wolves for no reason. That'd be sweet. Am I? I am streaming tonight, Fluff. Here I am. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're not lethal yet. Stop trying 3 strands versus me. Sounds like Lynx to me. No, I'm just kidding. You're a great player, Lynx. Never needed luck ever. So Macabre's going to be hitting the bin here pretty much regardless because we do want to get Angler down next turn. Zubera here would be awkward. Kind of friendly Europe schedule. Rock you like a hurricane. I had such a soft spot for rock music like that back in the day. Don't at me if the lyrics are wrong. I think that's correct. I think you're bang on. Opponent, gleefully sabotaging. Okay. So they are going to get both of our talismans, but we gained a little bit of life off them in the meantime. And we're going to get to cast a Gurmag Angler about it next turn. So that's not the end of the universe. And if they go too greedy on their sacrificing here, then yeah, bang on. What's wrong with saying bang on? Guys, what? I think that's perfectly normal idiomatic speech, don't you? So now we still can't cast our Gurmag Angler. Which kind of sucks, but we can Edict here. Let's play a land. I think we're gonna run an Ill-Gotten Inheritance. We could Macabre, but yeah, so let's Ill-Gotten Inheritance here. And pass. I kind of want to wait until I have Angler out blocking this to run out Fairy Macabre. I could have just pitched it there to play it. That might have been the mistake, but a unanimous decision. Oh yeah, well, it makes sense. Zubera, big yikes. I guess only one Zubera can die this turn, so that's not a huge issue. They're gonna get in with everything. Yep. We're gonna go dangerously low on life. So our hand isn't about to matter too much. We're going to go Garmfather. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. And you know I'm blocking that Carrion Feeder next turn. I guess Bazooka Bog kind of matters here, but I should hold on to it to pitch Ashen Skin Zubera, so we'll pass. I guess I could activate Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Tough call. All right, let's see what they do. This does pose a reasonable blocker. Reproducibility Crisis in Social Science. They're going to Undying Evil Zubera. Yep. Sack Zubera. I think it's time to run this out. So we'll go discard, exile 2 cards, like this. And then we'll have to pitch our Bazooka Bog. So much as we anticipated. It's going up to 3. It can sack this twice. We'll pitch Bazooka Bog. Ideally, they sack their board here to try to get around Angler. And then, oh, Relic. That's nice. Okay. It's a little mean on our Edict. Here comes Carrion Feeder. All right, so we'll go to blocks. We will block. They have to sack 3 times, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And then it does make Edict a little bit better, but then we lose a Gurmag Angler. This might not have been advisable. All right, Young Wolf comes back. So now it's a 5/5, and they just sack the Scion. That went pretty well for them, actually. But I think we had to block. All right, let's see what we draw. It's got to be good. Terminate would be amazing. Obviously. That's all right, Fallen King. I'm glad to have you here for it. Pristine Talisman. Okay, so run out Pristine Talisman. And 1, 2. Thank you so much for the sub, X-Fairy. Well, holy crap. You guys are amazing with the subs this month. Thank you so much, guys. Seriously. That's amazing. I'm debating running out Chainer's Edict here. I guess it does take 2 damage off the board. We won't be able to buy it back because of this Relic. I imagine they'll sack it. We will be able to run it back next turn if they give us a chance. Thank you so much, fam. Well, I'm glad you caught me. I'm really glad you caught me. Perfect timing. Cawblade. Either way. Man, link the list. Where is it? Let's see this working Cawblade list. I'm going to sack Brindleshoat straight away. So they're getting in for 9 here. Sketchy, guys. Sketchy. We got to rip Terminate. And even that isn't all the way out of the woods. Just to roll Earl over the stream with the subs. I'm down with that, man. I am down with that. The more sweatshirt, the better. TBH. All right, what do we get? Come on, Terminate. Mountain. Well, we're going to get to flashback Chainer's Edict, but I think we're dead. Right? So if we gain 4 up to 11, 1, 2, 9, 12. So we can go to 12. So they got us Xaxes. Even if we sack Ill-Gotten Inheritance, we're still dead Xaxes. So, yeah, Raven's Crime. Heart of the Cards. No, the Heart of the Cards is generally not very kind to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, we can sack this, gain 4, but then we're at 11, 12, and they deal 9. They deal 12. Yeah, maybe they will. I don't know. Let's see what happens. They can misclick, but they got it. Yeah, it's Atlantic time. If that's worth your sub, man, that's totally worth it. We're in our own little microcosm out here. All right, well, our opponent has us dead in a jillion ways here, so. I think it is. Let's see if our opponent does any greedy sacrificing. They do not, so we lose. Match 5. We got a keeper. We want 1 more land, but Terminate, Chainer's Edict, 2 lands. I like it. It's He Who's in the Water. Oh, here we go. All right, it's that boy. Land go. Oh, hi. We're on like the same schedule. I feel like bouncing a Thraben Inspector doesn't feel good. We gotta draw a land, guys. We gotta draw a land. Nope. So we'll play this, and we'll leave up Terminate just in case it gets Core Skyfisher coming down next turn. Gotta control your friends. Well, that's kind of not true too, though. But like, there's lots of styles of music out there. Like, even there's lots of pop music out there that still defies modern conventions, right? There's something kind of beautiful about how few producers are actually classically trained, because it like they still do interesting things with their sounds. All right, so we're just gonna start running out talismans, and hopefully we can grind him out. I don't really know though. I feel like he was in the water on Pestilence is definitely some end boss material. So we'll see if we can control their life total. They probably don't have very much enchantment control, which will help. They are going to gain a lot of life though. Yeah, it really has. It doesn't really mean anything. Genres don't really mean anything. I tend to say math rock because, like, for a couple of reasons. Like, for one, it has kind of like the hipster connotation to it or whatever. But also just because it feels meaningful to me in terms of the music that I play. But generally, I try to stay away from. Bouncing a Gary is even more useful. Well, there's still a ton of pop music that I do really like. Oh, thank God that's not Palace Sentinels. Oh man, did not gain my life. All right, so we are gonna have to terminate that. Maybe not right now though. So we're going to run out Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I don't want to bounce any of these creatures. Maybe we just run out both of our curses here and pass. Ooh, yeah, Cryptrat's Edicts would be good. Depending on what the rest of their creatures are. This is going to be the life gain battle of the decade right here. That's one of the coolest things I found about this brew is that like it has a surprising amount of life gain. It just takes a little while to keep it going. So even if like big pop record companies aren't investing a ton of money in making innovations, there are a lot of people that are spending a lot of time and resources doing that, which is cool. All right, I think we just pass here. I don't see any reason to run out Sting Scourger. I guess it's like an okay blocker, but I don't want to bounce either of these Thraben Inspectors. Cryptrats doesn't Wrath the X2s yet, so maybe this turn we're just going to terminate, gain some life. Riftwatcher's going to go away. Oh, with no ceremony? That's a bummer. Oh yeah, when they terminate or Agony Warp it, you're right though. All right, so they go to combat. They're going to attack. Yep. Go through the blocks. And I think we're just going to go ahead and terminate Guardian. I think that's where it's most useful, especially where Cryptrats can take care of the rest of the board. Ultimate Savagery. Your one weakness, Guardian. I said Achilles. I feel like that's pretty appropriate. Oh yeah, King Crimson. I definitely should have given King Crimson credit. Oh, Grim Harvest. Heckin'. And now they can get their Grim Harvest back. So now we have to try to like engineer a way where they can't get Grim Harvest back. They've got an Inheritance will ping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Angler makes 7. And pass. King Crimson they're phenomenally good. They're phenomenally good. I'm sure they have a Chainer's Edict in hand. Maybe running out Angler there wasn't a super good idea. But if they tap down low enough, yep, we might be able to get rid of this Grim Harvest. So no attacks, and they can just fog with their creature. Chainer's Edict. We can't kill anything with Chainer's Edict on the stack. So I think we're going to run out Sting Scourger here. Maybe we just want to run out Curse. Let's run out Curse on you. I don't see a lot of disadvantage in just running out Crypt Rats here and getting ready to try to get rid of the... Trying to get ready to get rid of the Grim Harvest, especially if they have an Edict, because I can just sack this and then move on with my life. Ah, frig. Why though? Oh, they have another Grim Harvest. That's brutal. Disfigure. Tragic Slip. Okay. You got it. King Crimson's really hard to describe. You definitely should. You just got to go listen to King Crimson. They're great. So now they have 5 mana. They can't pay for both Grim Harvests. It's not ideal. Here comes Guardian. Yep. All right, what are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do? There goes Crypt Rats, so we can't use our own Grim Harvest to get it back. Another land. So we definitely want to get rid of at least one Grim Harvest here. That will give them the other one back to get back whatever dies. Which will probably be Rift Watcher. This is kind of complicated. So they can't kill Angler here. They might have another Tragic Slip. Gonna block with Rift Watcher. Yep. Get back a Grim Harvest. Lose the other one. I just really don't see a way. Like, I wish we could kill something instant speed here, but we can't. That would have been Crypt Rats' job. For sure. So Fairy Macabre gonna come in very handy here. Okay, so now we will Sting Scourger, a Thraben Inspector. Which kind of sucks, because it gives him a card anyway. Chainer's Edict you. Chainer's Edict you. So that at least it ties up enough time getting back the Guardian. And we get another threat on the battlefield, plus another blocker. Do I want to play with Tibalt? I would love to play with new Tibalt. Yeah, it doesn't sound like King Crimson is kind of unassuming, I agree. You never really know what you're going to get with them. So now I doubt they're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I doubt they're going to tap so low that they can't get back Grim Harvest. They're going to Doomblade or Sting Scourger. And here's an Edict. Oh, Tragic Slip. Okay. But now if they play... Yeah, okay. They're going to play some Edict Protection. Draw card. Enough mana to get back Grim Harvest. You got it. We find Crypt Rats. Okay. So that's all well and good. We're just going to pass until it's Crypt Rats time. They'll take some pings. I just pass for the next 20 turns. Yeah, we're pinging them down. Yeah, King Crimson's amazing. Is Tibalt the Crimson King, though? Is Tibalt low-key, like... Is Tibalt OG Mathrock? And I just never knew. And we are gaining quite a bit of life. Although they could just, like, get Pestilence and Pestilence this out at some point. Guardian. Palace Sentinels is also a pretty horrifying notion. Basilica. And they can still just get back Grim Harvest. I'm going to hold on to the Crypt Rats until we can use it, as was advised. Dead and Gone. That's interesting. Though I don't see it being useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we can't use that yet. We'll just pass. We might be able to use it to, like, kill Thraben Inspector. Like, kill something instant speed, I guess. But that's going to be tough, because it has to be something that can target Guardian. It doesn't give them the life gain. That's true. Rats can be used as burn as well. So can Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Bajugabog, that's trouble. For sure. All right, bogs us. And pestilence. Yep. But we are ahead on the life total race. We just won't be able to resolve any creatures. We won't be able to keep any creatures around for any amount of time. There's another curse. Keep the curses coming. Curse control. They're going to Pest X1. Yep. Pest X2. Yup. Oh, to get back Grim Harvest? Cool. Because I want to get back the Rift Watcher. I see. Curse is foiled. We were close too, guys. It's like, yeah, I know. They're amazing, right? Like, King Crimson really does have their own pretty phenomenal style. So Aven Riftwatcher, you're going to start the life gain loop. Try to get a life total advantage on us. Don't really know how we can fight that, honestly. Because I can just ping for 3 every turn. This is kind of... It's almost like redundant. Yep, Skyfisher. So now we might have to... Man, I really wish we could just Crypt Rats X3. Oh, well now they can't... Now we can fizzle their Grim Harvest. Potentially. Oh, I hope we find a removal spell. Come on, removal spell. Get to Chronicler. That's funny. Okay. We need 7... We need 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We would need 8 mana here to do anything with Chronicler, so that's kind of unfortunate. Alright, let's see. We needed a removal spell there pretty bad. A removal spell that would have killed literally any of their creatures. Unfortunately, Dead and Gone does not do that. Alright, here they come. Oh yeah, I could have Rats X1. You're right, though. Kind of hoping... An Edict themselves? Cool. It's not too bad, Efrate. It's been fun. This is definitely an interesting matchup. They're going off with their combos. All right, so I think I am going to take E-Hustle's line here. I think we kind of have to. Unless they hit a land drop here, obviously. Their creatures aren't that threatening, no. Terminate. Okay, perfect. So Terminate can kill Guardian. And that means we can hold on to Crypt Rats until it's relevant. They don't have another Grim Harvest in hand, as far as I know. And then I can get back Terminate with Chronicler next turn. So we are going to go for that. Yeah. Let's get rid of Guardian. Grim Harvest goes away. We will pass. Bunch of curses. I'm assuming they have another Grim Harvest in hand if they were playing like that, though. He Was in the Water does play lots of Grim Harvests when they have the opportunity. They're going to get in for 4. Yep. This is why Chronicler's in the deck, though. For exactly this kind of matchup. Stinky is definitely going to be a problem for attacking. We're not attacking. All right, so play a land. That'll let us Crypt Rats X2 if that's ever a concern. 3, 4, 5, 6. Get to Chronicler. Oh, you have to pay an extra red. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get to Chronicler with Kicker. Get back Terminate. And pass. And they're at 10. About to go down pretty low. 3 mana means Unmake. Ooh, they got him. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, Max Figueredo. And Ill-Gotten Inheritance pings for 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can sack Ill-Gotten Inheritance plus terminate something. So play Bog. And on their upkeep, With Aven Riftwatcher on the stack, I think we win. And Ill-Gotten Inheritance you? Got him. Woo! All right, that was game one. Whew. Pew pew indeed. All right, so Choking Sands. This is an alright matchup for Choking Sands. We want our Fairy Macabres, I believe, for the Grim Harvest, almost definitely. So Fairy Macabres will come in. I don't think the bounce is as good here, so I do want instant speed removal, but I'm going to get rid of a couple of Sting Scourgers. That was a pretty crazy grind. I think Choking Sands could be kind of backbreaking, but it's hard on our mana. It's really only in here for those super grindy matchups. I know Gurmag Angler's probably okay, but I think getting Thorn down would be pretty amazing too. Now they have a bunch of flyers. Yeah, we definitely don't want Thorn. All right, let's try it like this, guys. Let's try it like this. I know their sideboarding is probably going to be better than ours. So it's going to be awkward. I'm sure they have an Oblivion Ring or two. But hopefully we can pull it out here. That'd be sweet. If we can win this game, then we're technically positive. Not positive enough to have a 3-2, but positive. In games. It's close enough, man. Close enough to 50-50. I had a lot of fun with this deck. Well, the thing is you need instant speed removal to fight the Grim Harvests, right? And we don't have very much of it. We've only got a Lightning Bolt and... Well, hopefully. Yeah, stay positive, like, as in terms of mindset as well. Just always stay positive in terms of mindset. It's a given, right? Woo! Let's go. Let's go. I don't think it was the matchups. Ooh, Leave No Trace? Yeah, that's sketchy. I don't think it's the matchups, but I think there's probably better builds. I think Ill-Gotten Inheritance might just be a little bit too slow. I do want one, and I definitely want to duress against this deck. Having Gitu Chronicled this earlier, this early doesn't really do anything. I guess it's Edict fodder for the Angler when that eventually comes down and gaining a little bit of life. I actually don't mind this hand. I'm going to keep it. Hoping we find untapped Black Source for duress. No untapped Black Source. Radiant Fountain, go. It does seem pretty cool with Pestilence decks, I agree. Ooh, yeah, the red-black Tron decks. I think you really want to use it as a win condition. Like, I think this deck is trying to do a few things, and you kind of, you really do want to, you really want to lean into it as your way to win the game. So pick up Radiant Fountain, and I think we're actually going to lose one of the Inheritances here, although it is pretty good. Maybe we'll lose Duress. Keep the Inheritances, try to hit them. Got to hit our 4th land drop, though. Standard Bearer is interesting. I think it's where we have all the Terminates. Red Black Tron is super cool. I love Red Black Tron. We're getting in for 1. I imagine they've got an Okiba Gang Shinobi. I'm pretty sure you guys are all pretty big Okiba Gang Shinobi fans. We're going to bounce a land. Making sure Terminate is live. Or isn't live. We'll play Radiant Fountain. And we can dead this. Or gone it, if that's necessary. If we really have to get rid of Core Skyfisher. We'll pass. The bear is going to soak up the curses. Oh yeah, Okiba Gang. The Okiba Gang is out and live tonight. For sure. Alright, let's see what their play is. They're a little stuck on mana here. I like that. So I think we're going to try to keep them stuck as long as we can. And we're not far off of an Angler. Ah, there we go. 4 mana. It's Angler time. Or I guess it's Ill-Gotten Inheritance time, rather. Oh, it was dead that time. The Standard Bearer was dead. They found their land. So let's start playing curses. I mean, the amount of burn damage they represent once you have enough mana to activate them is not insignificant. Them stumbling on mana was kind of nice for us there. That was a couple of turns. Oh, is this Shinobi? Is it coming? I thought it was Ninjutsu 4. No Shinobi. Okay. 3 mana means even Rift Watcher. Okay. Ping them. I like Crypt Rats. So replay Radiant Fountain. And I think we're going to go ahead with another Ill-Gotten Inheritance here, and we'll leave up Terminate just in case they have any shenanigans. Obi-Wan Shinobi. And now we can get back our Gone or our Duress if we want to. I might want to get back Duress next turn, especially if we hit untap land. And I'd like to get 2 Chronicler down when... Oh, Leave No Trace. Leave No Trace would be just a savage beating here. Anyway, I kind of like Chronicler down to protect Angler from a potential Edict, if that's going to be how this plays out. I definitely do not like how much life they're gaining. Ooh, Lightning. That's interesting. So we'll get some information about their hand first. Next turn. Kick this guy. Get back Duress. And pass. Boys are going to vanish a bit. See if they hit their land drop. They're really getting choked on lands here. Like, badly. Attacking for 6 in the air, though. Not insignificant. And we'll see what they want to do. 2 mana is Course Skyfisher. Okay. Crypt Rats X3. Gonna have to be good here. Another Course Skyfisher. Okay. We need a couple more black sources before any of this is any good. Alright, so deal some damage. Duress you. The Tragic Slip. There's a Shinobi. And a bunch of 4-drops. Okay. So now we will... Lightning you. That's some gas we're getting rid of. We're not really gaining enough life to just let this board get out of hand, but we're about to hit our 3 black mana. We just need 1 more. They drop 2 Guardians. We just need 1 more to make Crypt Rats worthwhile. And Crypt Rats could do it for us. However, this Shinobi coming down is a little sketchy. We might lose our Radiant. Yeah, here comes Okiba Gang. Yeah, Shinobi is kind of scary right now. All right, here it comes. Shinobs. So we are going to have to terminate that. We can't block it effectively, and we are going to lose 2 cards. So I think we have to lose Macabre, Radiant Fountain. And see what we draw. I guess Gurmag Angler blocks it for about 100 years. Faithless Looting's kind of nice, but I don't really know what we're getting rid of in our hand. I think we have to keep all of this, but I really do want to hit another black source for this Crypt Rats. I guess we don't really need the Terminate if we hit black source. Okay, there's black source. So let's pitch Bloodfell Caves, Terminate. Land. Oh, I wish I didn't have to tap my mana that way. Crypt Rats. And then we have 2 black mana left to activate it. So we'll Crypt Rats X3. And hope they don't find Graveyard Hate. Pass the turn. We're at 9. Rift Watcher and Unknown is their hand. I don't know if maybe we should have just taken the damage for 1 more turn. Tough to say. Duress. All we've got is an Angler. No, Vivi is a Final Fantasy character. Ooh, Terminate's nice. Okay. So let's Gurmfather. We probably want to keep Get to Chronicler. Get rid of our lands. And pass. No, she's just a friend of mine. It was one of the... I always do that with my album covers. I always ask a friend to like do something funny with me for my album cover. And that time I was just telling her about all this great cheesecake I make all the time. And she kept saying like, well, you got to make me the cheesecake. And finally I made the cheesecake. It's pretty much all about that story is. Another Rift Watcher. Okay. Not a super big issue. Hopefully it dies to our attack this turn. We have 8 points of burn on board too. A Radiant Fountain's nice. It's questionable as to whether I want to use this Radiant Fountain to gain life here, or if I just want to hold it for Faithless Looting. I think we can hold on to it for 1 turn. They are sure watching rifts. I agree. Lots of rifts being watched. Standard Bearer. That's awkward. But acceptable. So our last card. Here come the Rift Watchers. Yep, we take 4 down to 9. We're gaining 3 a turn, so we're effectively taking 1, and we're attacking with a Gurmag Angler. And we have this Radiant Fountain in hand. There's another curse to help us with our clock. So I think we're going to keep playing Patient with this Radiant Fountain. We'll play Curse on you. They're at 5. Oh, I think they're just dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on their upkeep. So upkeep. Rift Watchers on the stack, unless they have a way to gain life at instant speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inheritance. Drain you for 4. Did we get them? They might have strands. Pierce? Woo! Oh, GG's Hughes in the water. GG's, man. Hi, everybody. I'm Any New Province, and I just finished up the league with Rakdos Curse Control. That last match was amazing. I'm super glad you stuck around to watch it. We actually got to go use our curses like we were supposed to, and we got to do it against a friend who's always appreciative of the weird brews I bring anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think this deck has some legs if your meta doesn't have a lot of ways to interact with enchantments. If we would have gotten hit with one of those leave no traces we were thinking about, though, I don't know, would have been a little sketchy. Anyway, sweet deck. You should try it out. Brew around a little bit. I really like the low creature thing. I think Sting Scourger did more work than people would assume it would have. So yeah, the Echo Creatures, the Grim Harvest package, I think it deserves a little bit more work. It deserves another look for sure. We're above 50%. That's my threshold for at least another look. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the entire league out there on YouTube and for hanging out all night here on Twitch. I really appreciate it, guys. Have an awesome night.